Hello my dear friends, welcome back to my channel where we dive deep into the world of Python programming. Today we are focusing on a fundamental aspect of Python programming that every coder needs to master, the string data type. In today's video we will explore everything you need to know about strings in Python. We will also delve into some powerful string methods that can elevate your coding skills to the next level. And at the end of this video, we will have a quick test on everything we will discuss. It's a great way to check your understanding and reinforce what you have learned. So make sure to stick around until the end. And also don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any updates. Now let us get started and unlock the full potential of Python strings in your project. About strings, then as we mentioned before that Python supports a variety of built-in data types, and among these, strings are one of the most versatile and frequently used data types. Whether you are storing a single word or a long paragraph, understanding and mastering string is fundamental to mastering Python. A string in Python is simply a sequence of characters. Anything enclosed in quotes is recognized as a string, and you can use either single quote or double quote or triple quotes around the text based on your need. And here are a few examples using single quote, and this is str2 using double quotes. This flexibility is particularly useful when you want to include quotes or apostrophes within your string. Another useful properties of strings is Unicode. Python strings are Unicode, which means they can represent characters from different writing systems, whether Chinese, Latin, Japanese. You can support all kind of character systems. And this makes Python strings suitable for handling text in different languages and scripts. For example, if you want to declare a Japanese string or a Korean string or Arabic string, then you can do it these ways. Normally strings are single line strings if you are using single quote or double quote, but if you want to declare your strings on multiple lines, then Python supports variety of options. Among these, the first one is using backslash. You can specify backslash at the end of each line, and then you can continue your string for as many lines as you want. Take example, I am declaring a long string is equal to this multiple string is then backslash then displayed on one line. When I will print this, it appears on a single line without any backslash. Alternatively, for a more readable approach, especially for very long strings, you can use triple quote. Here you can start your string with triple quote and then you can continue string on multiple lines, and then at the end close your string with again triple quotes. This method not only spans multiple lines but also preserves the formatting, including any indents and white spaces. Then you might be wondering how to access individual characters from a string. Then let me tell you that every character in a string has an index and it starts from 0. Then the second character at index 1 and so on. Therefore, if you want to access any particular character, then you can specify square brackets including that index to access that individual character from the string. So just take example that my string is hello and now I want to access first character of this string, then you can specify str1 and then in square brackets you can specify 0. It means it will be the first character output. Same way you can specify str1 with index 1 and then it will print e. Same way you can print other characters. And if you attempt to access a non-existent index, then Python will stop you with an index error. Just like here I am trying to access ninth character, then Python will throw me an index error because this string has only 5 characters. Python also supports negative indexing, which counts backwards from the end of the string. And here -1 represents the last character, -2 represents the second to last character, and so on. If I take same example of hello string, and I want to print the last character, then either I can specify str and then square brackets and then 5, or I can specify str in square brackets I can print -1, and both will print the same output, that is O. But remember, positive indices they start from the beginning of the string and negative indices they start from the end of the string. Second point, positive indices they start from 0, but negative indices they start from -1. And now about how to manipulate strings. So we will start first from slicing strings in Python. Actually, slicing is a way to extract a part of a string using its index position. Just think of it as cutting a portion similar to how you slice a loaf of bread. The syntax for the string slicing is You specify start position, you specify end position, and then you also specify step, where start is the index of the first character to include, end is the index of the last character to include, and step is the number of characters to skip between each character. Let us say we have a string hello world. I want to slice from first character till the third character. Then I can specify str and then square bracket 1 with colon. 1 means first position, third means ending position. So in this example, it will print EL. But remember, it will not print third index. It will print till third index. If you don't specify any of these, then by default for start, it will take the first position. And if you don't specify end, it will take the last till the end of the string. And if you don't specify step, then it will step by one character every time. So if I specify S and in square bracket colon 5, then it will print me hello, means starting from beginning till the fifth index. And if I don't specify end index, like print S and then 7 colon and no end index, then it will print me from 7th index till the end of the string. And if I want to specify step size, means I want to skip every second character in a string, this is where our third attribute comes into play. Print a string from start till the end. I don't need to specify anything. And then I am saying that print every second character, which is denoted by 2. Now it will print me every second character from this string. And just like negative index to access the characters from the last, same way you can also specify negative indices to slice the string. Just take an example that I want to print 6th character from the last till the end of the string, then I can specify print s -6 or -6 till -1. It will print me world, means it will start from the 6th character from the end and then it will print till end. This approach can also be used to reverse the string. You can specify your start and index as none, and then you can specify step size as -1. So it will start from the end and it will move backward. And you can also specify slicing to copy your string. But it also has again limited use since strings are immutable. That means once a string is created, it cannot be changed. We will discuss more on immutability soon. But as you can see, string slicing is a powerful feature in Python that allows you to extract substrings from a string by specifying a range of indices. And it is very useful when manipulating data, as you can isolate specific segments without changing the original string. Now let us discuss about some string methods. Actually, Python provides a lot of built-in string methods. If you are just wondering what are methods, then methods are like a little command in Python that tell Python to do something specific with the data. For example, let us explore how to change the case of text with these handy commands or methods. If you want to change the first character of every word, then you can specify string name and then dot, then access the method name, which is title and then bracket name. So in this example, message holds the string hello world, all are in small letters, but when we use msg.title, then here it is going to happen. Title is a method that capitalizes the first letter of each word in the string, making it title case. This will give us the output hello world. But to apply a method, use the dot and then followed by the method name. This instructs Python to apply that method to the linked data. And in our example, Python applies this title method to whatever is stored in message. And methods, they are always followed by parentheses. These can be empty as in our case, or they can contain additional information needed for the method to work. Another case method is uppercase. If you want to convert all of the letters to uppercase, capital letters, then you can specify upper method, again without any parameters inside this. And if you want to convert all the parameters, all the characters to lowercase, then you can specify lower method. And this lower method is especially useful for data storage. By converting inputs to lowercase, you can avoid typing mistakes done by the user, whether he typed all capital case or mixed case. But later, when you need to display this data, you can choose the case that best fits the context, whether it is title case, uppercase, or lowercase. This flexibility makes your program more robust and user-friendly. By mastering these string methods, you can ensure your Python program handles and displays text data cleanly and consistently. Then splitting strings. Imagine you are working with strings in Python and you need to break them down into separate words. Let us use the string of fruits. All are separated by comma and you want to extract each word individually. Then Python makes this easy with the dot split method. Again, remember, if you want to apply any method, then you need to use dot on that particular variable name or data and then specify method name with parentheses. Here we are specifying that I want to split this apple, banana, orange string into a list. And this method divides the strings into a list of words based on spaces. And normally we assign this splitted string to a variable. And now if you want to find out the second word in our string, then you can fetch it using list indexing. You might be wondering what is list, but don't worry, we will discuss about lists in our next episode. But remember, list indexing in Python also starts at 0, so the index 1 actually retrieves the second element from this list. And it's a very clean way to quickly grab parts of a string when you need them. Sometimes you want to strip or you want to remove white spaces, tabs, or new lines from your string. This might seem harmless but can lead to different outcomes in programming. For example, the string hello without any space beforehand and hello with the space in the end look similar to us, but they are different to a computer. So that's why managing white spaces are very crucial, especially when parsing text files or validating user inputs like usernames during login. Let us explore how to handle extra spaces using Python string methods. Just take example with trailing space. To remove this trailing space, you can use the rstrip method. R means right, strip the white space from the right side. So when you print this output, you can see there is not any space in the end. However, this change is temporary. If you check the message again or if you print the message again, it still has that space. So to make this removal permanent, you need to reassign the stripped value back to any variable. Here I am assigning it to the same variable, and when I print message, it will print me hello without any space. Now, if your string has extra spaces on both ends, left and right, then you can simply use strip to clean both ends simultaneously. And if you just want to remove space from the beginning, then you can use lstrip, means left strip. And in real world applications, as I told you, these stripping functions are invaluable, especially preparing user input before it is processed or stored, or reading or parsing any text file. Whether it is removing accidental spaces or formatting strings to fit database requirement, understanding how to strip white spaces allows you to maintain consistency and accuracy in data handling. Experiment with these methods to become proficient in string manipulation. Then sometimes you might need to simplify strings by removing unnecessary parts like prefixes. This is common especially when dealing with URLs, where you might want to strip away parts like HTTPS or HTTP protocol just to focus on the essential parts of URL. Just take an example of this URL, https then www.google.com, and we just want to remove this prefix https, then you can specify this whole URL under a variable or assign to a variable URL, and then you call this method remove prefix, and in the parenthesis then you are specifying the argument that I want to remove this particular string from the beginning of this URL. So you can also see how we are using or how we are passing arguments inside parentheses to our methods. And now this remove prefix is the method which will do heavy lifting for us. I am simply calling this method on my string and specifying the prefix I want to remove, and this results in a cleaner version of the URL with just www.google.com. And again, it is important to note that this is not permanent. This is not modifying my original string. Instead, it is returning me a new string with the prefix removed. So if I want to keep this new version, I need to reassign it back to the original string, or I can save it in a new variable. So here I am just creating a new variable with this prefix removed, keeping the original string URL intact without any change. And this is really helpful in applications like your internet browsers. When you see URLs in your web browser's address bar, often without HTTPS, it is because the browser is effectively using a similar method to remove prefix to streamline the display. This makes the URL easier to read and save space in the user interface. By mastering this method, you can control how information is presented to the end user or to anyone, and it also ensures that only the most relevant parts of the string is visible or processed in your application. Now about string formatting or substitution. Actually, string formatting, it's a very powerful feature in Python that lets you insert variables directly into a string. And Python strings can be formatted using the format method or fstrings. We will look at both of these methods. First, let us see how strings can be formatted with fstrings. Let us say you want to create a greeting composed of two separate strings. First is variable name, it can be any name. And now I want to combine this and personalize my message dynamically. Here I can use an f string, which is starting with f and then double quotes, or you can specify single quote as I mentioned you in the beginning. You can specify a string with double quotes, triple quotes, or single quote. And then here, this name is inside curly braces. This is a dynamic part. Whatever name is assigned earlier, it will just substitute this particular variable with that value. Here I can specify name as John, here I can specify name as Alex or whatever, but I don't need to change my greetings for every change name. And to use an F string, prefix the string with the letter F before the opening quotes. Inside the string, place any variable names or any expression inside those curly braces. And Python will interpret these and replace them with their corresponding values when the string is printed. We have seen how F strings work with variables, but you can also use expressions inside F strings. Just take an example. Here I am importing a math module. We already discussed what are modules. Actually, these are pre-written codes that you can simply use or include in your code. And then I am specifying radius is equal to 2. And then in F string, I am printing circle area with radius. And then in curly braces, I am first printing the variable radius. And then I am calculating area of this circle with this particular radius. Both are in curly braces. Now it will print me circle area with radius 2 colon is this particular area. Here you can see that after decimal it is printing me a long list of numbers. But I can also specify number of decimal places to print after colon. You can see that I am printing revised area is, and then after doing this calculation I am specifying after colon dot 2f. It means print a decimal value till 2 places. So now it will print revised area is 12.57. And this approach actually simplifies the code. F strings allows you to create detailed messages by directly embedding variables and expressions into the strings. This way the code remains clean and the output is formatted exactly how you need it. Then there is another method, that is format method, to format a string. And Python's format method offers a versatile way of handling string formatting, allowing you to construct strings from variables and expressions neatly. It takes a string containing placeholder braces and replaces them with values that you want to specify. Just take this example. Here I am specifying name as John and age as 25. And now I am specifying a string. My name is, then curly braces, and I am, curly braces, years old, and string is closed. But after that I am specifying format method, and here I am specifying two variables. The first two curly braces, these were acting as placeholders. So if I have two placeholders, two curly braces, then I need to specify at least two variables inside my format method. First placeholder will be replaced with first variable name, and second placeholder will be replaced with second variable, that is age. And however, in these cases, F string is the best option because as you can see, I am just specifying my F string and I am directly passing the variables inside these curly braces. But format method shines in scenarios which require complex formatting options or particularly alignment or padding. As you can see here, I am specifying in placeholder colon and then dot 2f. It is just same like F string with decimal number to print. Same is doing here. Now it will print me this particular variable till 2 decimal places. But I can also specify alignment and padding easily with this format method. As you can see in this pad message, I am specifying in first placeholder colon and then left align by 10 spaces on your left, and then in another placeholder I am saying right angle means right align by 10 places. And when you print this variable, my first part is left aligned by 10 spaces, then my middle part, and then my right part is right aligned by 10 spaces. So I will say by mastering both format method and F strings, you can handle nearly any string formatting needed in Python, and that too very efficiently and effectively. And then about string concatenation. Actually, string concatenation, it is just a technical term for linking two strings end to end or joining two strings end to end. And there are two methods, I will say there are three methods to do string concatenation. One is using our plus operator, second one is using join method, and third one is using F strings. So first let us see how to use plus operator to concatenate two strings or to join two strings. Here I am specifying first string as my name is, and then second string, and then I am creating a joint string or concatenated string using plus operator between these two strings, first string plus second string, and returning the result in full string. And now when I print this full string, then output is my name is, so I don't need to print all those variables individually. I can just simply club them together and then print the output. And another method or another way to concatenate strings is using join method. You can specify how you want to join two strings first, and then you specify join method using dot operator, and then you specify list of variables. Here I am saying first string is my name is, second string is Mike, and then here you can see that I am first specifying space inside these single quotes, and then I specify join method, and then a list is starting, and here I am specifying number of variables, all those variables which I want to join together. Its output will be my name is and then space and then Mike. Instead of space, I can also specify any other character or any other string inside these quotes. So my string will be joined using those strings or those characters. My personal favorite, which is F strings, and it is very easy. If you have already mastered F strings, then you might have guessed it already how to concatenate or join two strings. Then you specify F string and then quotes, and then you specify your first variable name inside curly parentheses in space and then curly braces and then second string. And now when you will print the output, it will print my name is Mike. So these are the three methods which are used to join or concatenate strings. But what if you want to multiply a string with a number? This is possible. Yeah, you can multiply a string with a number. But remember, this is not going to multiply. Actually, this is just going to repeat our string for that number of times. So if I want to print Python 3 times, but my variable is only specifying one Python, then I can do this using str2 is equal to Python into 3 or str1 into 3. When I will print str2, it will print Python 3 times, means Python, Python, Python. Strings immutability. If you remember, then in the beginning we talked about or we mentioned about immutable feature of strings. Then what is this? I already gave you an overview that immutable means a thing which cannot be changed, which cannot be muted. Strings are immutable, so you cannot change it. This means once a string is created, it cannot be changed. Let us explore it by one example. Imagine that you have a word goal which is assigned to word, and now I am trying to change first character of this word using word and then parenthesis to access first character which is 0, and then I assign it to a character f. But this is wrong. If you will run this program, this action will result in an error, and error will be type error. It will say that str object does not support item assignment. This is what immutability. So how to change a string? You might be getting this idea. Since you can't directly change a string, you must create a new one if you want to modify the existing string. For example, to change goal to fall, you specify that my word is goal, and then I will specify word is equal to first character f, and then I am specifying slicer, means access the string from the first index or second character till the end. Actually, this is a concatenation. And when I will print the word, now it will print me fall instead of goal. But remember, any operation that appears to modify a string actually creates a new string. In our case, word is equal to goal is totally different from word is equal to fall. If you want to verify it, then Python provides you id method, which actually returns the identity of an object, and it is guaranteed to be unique for every variable. So if word is equal to goal and I will print id of word, it might output something like this number. It can be different on your system, on other system, or my system. First it will be something different, but if I will print it again after changing this word to fall, then it will be totally different. So this displays fundamental aspect of string handling in Python. While you cannot alter the original string, you can always construct a new one based on modifications to the old, but both strings are totally different. And this wraps up our today's discussion on strings. But before leaving, here are 5 coding questions based on our discussions about strings in Python. And if you are stuck somewhere, then you can refer to the GitHub page given in the description for the solution, or you can ask me in the comment. I would be happy to help you here. And this wraps up our discussion on Python strings, which are a robust and versatile tool in any programmer's toolkit. And with this, we will conclude our today's video. Thank you for watching. And if you found this tutorial or this episode helpful, then please don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel for more Python programming content. Your support helps me to create more such videos in the future. And I would also love to hear your thoughts. So please leave a comment below with any questions or suggestions, and let me know what you would like to see next or how this video helped you with your Python journey. And also stay tuned for our next video in the Python series, where we will dive deeper into the Python data structures like lists, dictionaries, to enhance your coding skills. And make sure to turn on the notifications so you don't miss out any of such wonderful content. Till then, happy coding and see you in my next video. Bye bye.